Hey everyone, how are you? I hope that you had a wonderful weekend, and I'm looking forward to jumping into the next 2 weeks with you, which are going to be combined in your modules in Canvas if that's how you're accessing the course materials. You can always just use the links below or use the links in the to-do list. But basically, what you're doing for the next 2 weeks is this. On this Thursday, you are going to write a few replies in the diverse book recommendations thread. And this section of the course last quarter was a student favorite, which I was really excited about because it is my favorite too. I just like the corner that we're turning right now, where we can take all of the foundational stuff for children's literature that we've done, and then open up our eyes to some important just positive and encouraging trends that are shifting in the book publishing industry, where publishers are really working on diversifying what they present to the public. And we'll talk about this in a really positive way. Of course, there's criticism as well, but we'll look at a couple TED Talks that show just the beauty of diversifying our bookshelves for ourselves, for children, and whatnot. So anyway, like I said, this Thursday you will post in the diverse book recommendations level 8 assignment, which requires you to read chapter 2, not the entire thing quite yet, because we'll save some of that for week 8, but chapter 2, and you're going to look at 5 different cultures and then one more underrepresented people group in the book publishing industry, and then you will go find, gather, and then share some books that you think might represent those people groups in a way that you would recommend or that you would not recommend. So that's pretty standard. Share by Thursday, read and reply to people by this Sunday. And then also by this Sunday, you're going to chip in on the House on Mango Street discussion. So that'll be really simple. It'll just kind of be a general response, kind of whatever you want to write about. I do provide you some bullets that remind you of the learning outcomes we've been focused on thus far, because it would be amazing if your general response also showed that you're making connections with the learning themes, you could call it, that we've been working toward the last 5 weeks. So you could kind of hint at those. And then obviously I've been talking a lot throughout the course about comprehensive and close reading. So as you can, please integrate page numbers and be specific and precise about what you're responding to. If you read on in the House on Mango Street thread, you'll see the due dates for next week as well. So next Thursday, you'll edit and expand on your original post, and then by next Sunday, you'll be replying in that discussion thread. You can always reply early if you really want to discuss and get into it, but basically you have 2 weeks to read the House on Mango Street. And then the last thing that is spanning the 2-week time period is the Quest for Dear Someone Diverse Bookshelves project. And I wanted to publish this early so you have time to think about it, but also because when you go into the book recommendations discussion, there's a lot of content. There are multiple websites to check out with statistics, TED Talks. I'm trying to I think there's an article, and in the book recommendations discussion post, the first thing I told you guys about, it says skim this stuff. You don't need to understand it in detail. You just need to peruse it enough to make these recommendations. Now, where you really want to have a good understanding of those TED Talks and articles and links is in this Dear Someone task, because that's where you're actually going to be required to integrate those sources. And you'll see at the bottom of the instructions, it says choose one or both of the following to support your points, choose at least 2 of the following, and then incorporate ideas from this one and that one required. So all of this source work is culminating 2 weeks from now in this Dear Someone project, which last quarter, the most successful choice for that project was writing a letter. So just kind of keep that in mind. You're welcome to do other mediums, but I think the letter came across the most, made the most sense. If you want to integrate pictures, that's great. If you want to write the letter, but read it out as a video, that's great too. These are just some things to think about. So if you guys have any questions, reach out and let me know. I can think of one question you might have, which is, when are you going to respond to the other work that we've been doing? As you know, I was completely slammed this quarter with a couple of extraneous, is that the right word? A couple of tasks that are outside of my normal workflow. So that being a big hiring committee and then a 3-day conference, and just trying to make up for the time has been really tricky. But this week, I don't think I'm too far behind. So this week, I'm going to be able to really catch things up, but I'm going to need until Friday. So just try to hang in there with me. And then I'm hoping I can be more engaged, like in the actual discussions and whatnot with you guys in the following weeks. And then we can really end this quarter strong and make sure that your learning kind of comes to a plot climax, right? Just like a story would. So if you have any questions or you want to chat about anything, reach out. But I feel like you're all doing a wonderful job. Do you feel like you're learning? That's the main question. Is this experience opening up your mind or your eyes? I want to remind you of my primary goal here. So it's in the syllabus, and I just want to go to it for a moment. It says, if I have any agenda at all as your instructor here, I want to decimate the casual ways that we stroll by or scroll through books and other literary media designed for child audiences. I hope this class will inspire you to think more critically and deeply about the literature that you choose for children and the literature you don't, and how these pieces come together to form a mosaic on a bookshelf. I'll leave it at that so I don't just read to you guys. But as long as that's what's happening, then we are doing good stuff here. So you guys have an awesome week, and I will talk to you soon.